In today's video, I'm sharing what I feel are 10 positive aspects about me having psychomotor overexcitability. Let me dive right in. The first thing I experience as a good thing about having psychomotor overexcitability is that I have an enormous amount of energy. It enables me to get things done. I work out 4 times a week, read 4 books in 4 different languages. I'm learning Spanish and German and about the Harlem Renaissance. I have 3 jobs, one of which is very demanding. A husband, family, and 2 dogs who I love giving attention to. I love giving attention to my husband and family too, of course. If it hadn't been for my psychomotor overexcitability, I mightn't have had the energy to do it all. Secondly, I'm like a kid when it comes to how I express my emotions. I express my emotions physically. When I'm angry, I throw my hands down and stomp my feet. When I'm elated, I jump in joy. And I'm 41 years old. I know. People around me don't like it, so I don't do it at my job or when I'm out in public, especially not here in Europe. But when I'm at home, around family, I just let me be me. Thirdly, when I was 11 and watched Baywatch for the first time, I said to myself, I want to have that kind of male lifeguard body. So I started working out and have worked out ever since. Some great things about that are that it gives me a strong, fit, physically healthy, and ripped body. There were times when I overdid it though and worked out 7 days a week. And my workout sessions last between 90 minutes to 120 minutes. So I exhausted my body, ran myself ragged, and my body complained like crazy. So I started taking days of rest. Now I work out 4 days a week, and that's great. Fourthly, I started taking dance classes when I was 3 years old and danced throughout my childhood and teenage years and as a young adult. I did ballet, modern dance, jazz dance, tap dance, and hip hop. I loved it. It was such a great outlet for me. It allowed me to be creative and to move to music. I showed an intense drive, so that was good. I showed an intense drive, which was good, but I was also very competitive. Too competitive. I had to be the best. I had to be the best all the time. If I felt I wasn't, I became angry, frustrated, and sad. And it wasn't just that. My intense drive had a downside too. At the dance academy in Tilburg, the Netherlands, I remember wanting to do 20 fouette turns, and I couldn't stop practicing until I was able to do it. I stayed at school until late at night and couldn't stop practicing. I didn't stop practicing until it was 10 p.m. and the janitor told me it was time for me to go home. I danced way too many hours too. Way too many hours. About 60 hours a week. No wonder my knees got overburdened. So at the age of 21, I had to stop dancing. Let me just tell you what a fouette turn is. So let's say you start here. These are your legs. You pull up one leg, stretch it forward, move it to the side, and as you pull it in, you turn backward. So it goes like that. And like that, and of course, if you're a man or a boy, you're on half point when you do it. So you pull up, stretch it forward, you pull it up, stretch it forward, move to the side. So it goes like that. Fifthly, still, when I listen to music I like, I have to move. I just have to. If I'm seated, I do the shimmy shake. If I'm standing, I dance around a little bit. I just can't help myself. And that brings me to number 6. I almost always have music in my head. When I'm in a situation where I can sing a part of a song with my own made-up lyrics, I do it. I also often quote songs when I talk or use parts of lyrics to sum up what someone else has said. I often sing that out loud too. I often sing in silence in my head or out loud. And when I sing out loud or in my head, I often translate the lyrics into other languages. Seventhly, a great thing about having dogs is that they give me the opportunity to take them out for long walks. I love going out for long walks both with the dogs and without the dogs. Both sauntering and brisk walking are fun. I love walking through cities and experiencing the city vibe, the architecture, and the people is heavenly. I also love walking through parks and being out in nature, walking through the woods. I love that. Eighthly, let me return to my childhood again and tell you that I love being in water. I love swimming in a swimming pool or in the ocean. I remember that I wanted to be a mermaid and imagined I was a mermaid and swam like one. I could also do the four main strokes, the front crawl, like that, and then you have like the breaststroke, and you have the back stroke, that's how it goes, and then the butterfly, like that. Can't really do it in here. I competed in swimming when I was 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. That made me a fast runner too. I could run 60 yards in 8 seconds. So I was fast. And number 9, I am talkative, but only in the right environment and with the right kind of people. I think most people who know me now wouldn't describe me as chatty, but I am. But not always. I don't speak fast, but I do talk with lots of enthusiasm. And I can be a little bit loud. I can be a little bit loud sometimes. I also use my hands a lot when I talk. I think most people assume I do that because I'm gay, but I am pretty sure it has to do with my psychomotor overexcitability. Finally, I am creative. When I was a kid, I wrote my own stories and drew maps of worlds which only existed in my mind. When I was a dancer, I loved creating my own choreographies, both for me and for groups. I wrote a romance novel, You're My All, about 10 years ago. Now, I use my creativity to come up with solutions to problems and for creating these videos. Sure, when I shoot a video which is based on research, I present the facts to you, but there's a creative process there too. I decide what structure I want to use in my videos, like a problem-solving structure or a Q&A structure, etc., and in which order I present the information. Then there's the visual part. When do you see me? When do you see B-roll? And if I choose to show you B-roll, do I go for a picture or motion picture? And how long do I show you a specific picture or motion picture on the screen? Those are the creative decisions I make when I shoot videos, when I create my videos. And I also use my creativity to make lessons for school. And there you have it. Those were the 10 aspects of having psychomotor overexcitability, which I feel are positive. Having psychomotor overexcitability is not all fun and games though. And that's why in my next video in this series, I'm going to share 6 downsides of having psychomotor overexcitability. I'm going to share some struggles I had when I learned to live with it, and some struggles I still have. So that should be interesting. Till then, let me say this. Let me tell you this. If you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel and watch this series from the start. in 4 weeks, it might be 6 due to Christmas and New Year's, I will be back with that video I just told you about. Till then, let me say 4 things. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. That was number 1. Have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and I'll see you back in 2024. Bye, y'all.